What's good, world? Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, this is another great episode of a new edition of Biz Get Real. I am your host, Biz, and this platform is really the Gas Mask Tribe podcast, but this is a new season that I'm doing called Biz Get Real. So if you don't know about me, if you're just listening to this podcast, I am from Los Angeles, California. I am a musician of 20 years experience. I've been on tour with some of your biggest acts. I'm not a name dropper. I don't like name dropping. That's just not my forte. Most people say, oh, well, if you don't name drop because you didn't really work with people. I just want to clarify that issue right there, buddy. I worked with so many people that I have accumulated a few $1 million. And whether my value of dollar matters or my work matters, you can go look that up. You can go look me up. I've been in this game since I was 16 years old, producing and writing music and sending music to different labels and getting publishing and writing, all that good stuff. I'm well gelled in this game. You know what I mean? I'm an entertainer. That's just what I do. I love entertaining. I'm a musician by love. I'm a drummer, really. And I just want to kind of talk about where we at in our world today. I was watching a few videos of a guy talking about these racist KKK members. And I'm going to let this video play, but I will give my side of dealing with KKK. I was on a tour in Fayetteville. I'm sorry. The tour was in Little Rock, Arkansas. I was about to say Fayetteville, but it was in Little Rock, which is about, I believe, almost 30 minutes away from Fayetteville. But anyway, and while being on this tour, in Fayetteville, look at me, twisting on my fucking words. In Little Rock, Arkansas, people, I was doing the show, and these cats were like, dude, he's dope. And I could just kind of tell from the crowd, I could tell from the stage that these guys was really into it. And you could kind of see their mouth moving like, yo, he's, they're pointing their fingers at me like, well, he's dope. I'm not thinking that they're KKK members. I've been around white people this whole fucking tour, you know what I mean? I'm around white people all the fucking time. So I can be a little oblivious to the whole fucking racist shit, you know what I mean? Because I'm not looking at that. You get what I mean? I'm not the black guy that walks around looking for racism or looking at white people to be racist. You get what I mean? But anyway, the experience of this, while I was there, I sat with these guys after the show. They drank a beer with me. We were talking, and I didn't discover what they were until I started seeing their tattoos. And that kind of let me know what they were. You get what I mean? But it was just like nothing. They were like, yeah, you want another beer, man? And I was like, yes, I'll take another beer. He's like, yeah, come on, man, let's drink, bro. And so it's just those type of ordeals I've had. You know what I mean? Now, I've ran across racism in a way of liberalism, where I'll find different liberal white people would say shit, they would say different shit like, oh, we're going out to the gun range. And I would say, I'm going with you too. And they would say, yeah, let's just see if you got let's do a background check on you. Like, what the fuck? What do you mean background check, motherfucker? Are you taking a background check, nigga? You know what I mean? Like, fuck, I ain't got no felony. I'm a clean motherfucker. But, just how, you know what I mean? Like, why would you say shit like that? But anyway, that was just my experience. So this story that I'm about to play for you guys is a guy giving his opinion about the racism of this woman who was being very scrutinized, because of her color of her skin. So I'm going to play this right now and let you guys get a feel for it.
So you have a black woman that's at her home minding her business, and she started being harassed by a white supremacist in her neighborhood. Now, I want you to watch the clip, of this sister, what she has to say, but toward the end, it's going to get really disgusting about what the race soldiers told her about this particular white supremacist. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
I have gone through so much emotional trauma at this point that I don't feel protected by law enforcement. My neighbors are the ones who have stepped in to try to help me.
And it is a neighbor's home surveillance camera that captures some of Livingston's claims.
That's my slave down there. That's my...
This man walking toward her home near Frisco, repeatedly yelling racial slurs.
He's saying, gotta feed her, gotta feed that's my that's my gotta feed. And so he has something in his hand, food or whatever, and he throws it onto my driveway.
Livingston says she and her son had always been friendly with the odd neighbor down the road, never had issues. But since last Wednesday, she's become his target.
And singing, gotta kill, gonna kill, and dog food.
She says her home has also been vandalized. A cable box was ripped up. Someone spray painted the N-word on her driveway, though neither were caught on camera. She and frightened neighbors have called 911 several times.
One of the sheriffs said, I just suggest, ma'am, that you stay away from the house for a couple of days until this blows over.
I begged the cops. I said, it's horrible.
And Miss Livingston has a genuine fear for her life.
Livingston's attorney says law enforcement should investigate this as a hate crime.
They've been alerted to this dozens of times over the weekend, over the last week really, and have failed to take any serious action.
I just feel like my life doesn't matter.
Ms. Stacy, what is your biggest fear in all of this?
Losing my life. My biggest fear was my safety.
Now, did you hear that? They told her that maybe you should just stay away from your own home that you pay for a few days till this blows over. So she got to leave her home just to accommodate this white supremacist?
Really?
Why didn't you go tell him to leave?
Wow.
Until some things blow over. Why you didn't go say that? Matter of fact, why didn't you go arrest him for harassment? Why you didn't go arrest him for a hate crime? That's what he should have been arrested for. See, this is those white supremacist race soldiers in so-called law enforcement. You understand? And that has to be dealt with. Joe Biden, he said in his speech about white supremacy. Well, Joe Biden, you're going to have to start vetting and uprooting white supremacy in all those police departments, because that's where a lot of them are at. See, the Proud Boys, what they got going on. With the 3%ers, the Oath Keepers, and all these other ones, what they got going on, right? But when they have those badges on and they are coddling their brethren, other white supremacists, to terrorize black folk, something has to be done. Not to say, oh, it's white supremacy. Okay, we all know that. Just because you recently start saying the words white supremacy, okay, fine, you're saying it. But the key is, when or the punishment is going to come for these race soldiers. That is despicable. And that woman's lawyer needs to sue the pants off of that police department and the city. That is not a way to deal with this issue. You need to go arrest him, because let's call it what it is. If it was a black man going to harass some Mzungu woman and doing the exact same thing, they'd have picked his behind up the first day he did it. They wouldn't have told that Mzungu woman to go stay somewhere else until it blows over. But this is what they tell black people. This is what they tell a black woman. You live in the state of Texas. You need to practice your Second Amendment rights, because law enforcement won't protect you. And this is why gun sales surged in 2020, and it surged due to black Americans, because we know that the race soldier department is not going to protect us. We're not the right color for them to protect us, right? Even though we're paying taxes. It's crazy. We're paying taxes to an entity that treats us horribly, that don't protect us, that allow crime to go on, that's involved in a lot of crimes that's going on in the black communities. Okay, we're paying taxes to that.
Crazy. I mean, if I was to sit here and say that everything that you just heard is totally progressive in the right way to break the shell of us understanding the truth, yes. Like, this is the truth. This is what we up against. I mean, to my white friends who are listening right now, you guys are probably saying that's fucking sick. That's fucking disgusting. You get it? I mean, people, I am not going to sit here and say that all white people are racist, because that would just be non-experienced. That would be just stupid, okay? Let's just put it that way. That would be stupid for me to say that. But as a black man in America, I have to say that because I'm a musician and I've experienced touring, I've seen a different side of people. I didn't get what a lot of my friends or a lot of what this woman got. You know, she got a person who's down the street harassing her, sending racist slurs and writing racist slurs on her property, and she calls the cops, and the cops tell her, hey, why don't you just move from your house for a couple of days and let them calm down? And it's her house. She pays for it. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. Yeah, I might not be going through that situation, and I've never seen that situation because I've been this other person who is this entertainer, and I get to see the nicer side of people. You know what I mean? Like, when people come to my show, they're not coming like, oh, I'm coming to this black guy and I'm going to fucking talk shit to him. Even if the person was racist in the crowd, I probably wouldn't have known because they like the music so much. You get what I mean? But in this sign, in what we see here, if I was never that, I would be locked up in prison because I would be taken out. I would be Nat Turner on these motherfuckers. Facts. If I didn't have that lifestyle of an entertainer. Because I would have seen racism full on like that. I'm just giving you my personal opinion and theory about it because I'm just me. Now, for you who are listening, if I was to say, what can you take from this that you can take with you so you don't have to, you know what I mean, see this shit, or where you could just notice it and be able to bypass it, you know, not having to go towards that, you know. I would say what you are, you attract. Whether you white, black, Chinese, whatever, it doesn't matter. What you are, you attract. So if you focused on certain things, you're going to get those things. What you focus on bring results, and the results bring the actions. You know what I mean? Like, it brings what you're attracting. I'm not saying that this woman was focused on, like, hey, there's a racist guy down there, and she's been focusing on this guy for the past 6 months. You know what I mean? Whether he was provoked it or whatever, she may have had a party. He might didn't like the fact that she had a party, and now he's been stalking her ever since or whatever. Who knows what the fucking case or the history is before this occurred? I'm not giving no kudos to this motherfucker or her. I'm just saying what we have to look at is what we're going through. You know what I mean? What we're going through and what we're focused on, we're going to track more of that shit, man. So, would it have been right for her to leave and go out of there? Honestly, fuck no. The Gas Mask Tribe, we don't fucking move. No. She stand her ground, but she focused on the right things. Now, because this occurred, it's time for the Gas Mask Tribe to mount up. Type of shit like this. This is when you start suing the city. You start suing the police department. You start putting and using your civil rights that you have, whether black, white, Chinese, or whatever the fucking case may be, you know. And people say a black person would never get, you know, a bone. You know, I'm pretty sure if you guys are listening, if you haven't tuned out already, but if you're listening, go do some history on the Dred Scott case. And if you look on that man couldn't even buy himself out of slavery. He couldn't even, it was just a crazy case. And he did everything right. So, yes, I'm telling you that that you should do everything right. Even though you might not be able to bail yourself out or get yourself out the situation, you got to do everything right. Because at the end of the day, they cannot say anything fucking wrong about you. Because that's honesty. They can't pull no shit on in court. They can't say you've done this, you've done... No. I've been honest from the beginning. Period. People, stand on grounds. Stand your ground. Fuck that. You know what I mean? If somebody fucking giving racial slurs or whatever, white, black, or Chinese, stand your ground. Do everything right. You know what I mean? And yeah, it says in the Bible to turn the other cheek. All right? Now, I'm going to get a little violent right here. I'm not saying, you know what I mean? But like the men, I'm not saying go out there and start beating up people. But like you heard the man said, you got to start practicing your Second Amendment. Come on. More black people are starting to get strapped up and certified because they don't trust the fucking police department. And that's foul. That's not good. So, what do you take a nation of people who's worth $1.4 trillion who keep taking scrutiny after scrutiny after scrutiny, and that money mount up and take over the U.S.? How would America feel? They would fucking try to kill us all because they would not let that happen. They don't want that to happen. That's against them. But they can stage a fucking Capitol Hill attack and nobody gets scrutinized. Nobody, I mean, come on, man. This is fucking crazy. This is crazy how people can see the truth in front of their face and really not even grasp what's really going on. That's like somebody punching your child and you thinking that it's cool. Like, it's okay. He's just playing with him. He's just making him tough. No. That's giving the child mental health issues. That's letting the child know that they're not safe here. Come on, people. And you're not to protect, and you're not going to help this child? Anyway, people, I'm just saying, stand your ground. Be strong. Oh, man, it's crazy. But, please, thank you for so much for just tuning in. If you like this podcast, go ahead and share it. Go ahead and send it to other people who like, you know what, he be on some real talk, man. This dude is real. He ain't fake. Also, I got an app y'all can go download. It'll be out in a couple days. But the app where you can buy merchandise, you can see the shows, the videos, everything. Also, donate, from $1, $5, $10, whatever you feel. Every donation helps. It helps keep this podcast going. It helps me keep this thing moving. You know what I mean? I don't want to work for nobody, man. Please. I don't want to work for nobody. So shoot $1 to a brother. You know what I mean? Thank you, people. Stay safe in this COVID fucking bullshit. Stay safe, stay safe, stay safe. You know what I mean? And eat your vitamins. They got these immune system vitamins at Trader Joe's. They like these little gummy bears or whatever, but they bomb as fuck. I be fucking these motherfuckers up. So, if you can get you some good vitamins that's very tasty, go get them motherfuckers. Because it'll keep your immune system high, and you'll definitely be pleasured by the taste of it. You know how most vitamins be nasty as shit, where that motherfucker gotta chuck them down the throat. Anyway, people, I'm out of here. Thank y'all so much. Really appreciate you. Gas Mask Tribe. This is the Biz Get Real edition. Season. And I'll see you guys soon. Ciao.